what's up guys, Marco here, welcome back to another video. We have a slightly different setup today. Now the thing is, I was just about to sit down and revamp my all-time favorite classical piece, which is Capricho Arage by Tarrega. That's awesome phrasing, guys. And I thought it could actually be kind of cool and weird at the same time to, share with you my learning process. Now we're gonna be reacting / listening to this beautiful performance by Brendan Acker, which, guys, if you don't know him, actually check him out. Beautiful classical channel. He plays really unique instruments, and you can find a lot of really nice classical lessons. So the Capricho Arage is in drop D, so we have to tune the low E string down to a D. Wow. How did I do that? So let's check the intro. Beautiful phrasing. Now this intro, sounds quite intimidating when you listen to it the first time. We have 3 natural harmonics, and then we have this, phrase on the first string. Take a look again at D score. Now the first thing that I notice here is the index finger, which is gonna fret always the frets with a fret dot. So it's kind of a nice reference. And it's kind of also quite symmetrical, so it's scary when you look at it the very first time, but then when you start practicing it, you realize that you always have the same, 2-1, and then 4-2. 2-1, 4-2, and then 4-1. So it's kind of the same, finger thing. So you got. And then we have 2 chords, just a G minor chord and an A major chord, which sounds just like the most beautiful thing. That's awesome phrasing, guys. Yeah, so it's quite of an intro, right? So let me just double check the score. You got this beautiful set of notes. But when you analyze it, you realize that again, it's always the same finger patterns. So we have an A7 arpeggio with the flat 9 at some point, so it becomes a diminished chord. And then we have this phrase. Now, of course, I need to practice this to get it, to make it sound good. But when you analyze these notes, you realize that it's always the same finger 1, 2, and 4. So once you get to this phrase, then you have the same patterns. Then we kind of break it down, and then the same finger pattern. So it's always these, 1, 2, and 4. And I think the secret is that you don't wanna start this phrase too fast, because otherwise you really screw up, because then you have to go way too fast. So you wanna start slowly. and you want to speed up just at the end. Beautiful intro, guys. Wow. Two chords, yeah. But beautifully played. So we have a D minor with the F on the bass, A major, and then the minor 7 on the D string. Beautiful thing. Now let's get to the melody. Whoa. Wow. All right. So we have a lot here. Where do we start? Let me just take a look at the score. So you can really analyze each single section. I mean, I would just play the melody, to be honest with you. So and then we have the last run. But you see, like, the melody is just a beautiful thing that works absolutely beautifully well, even if you play it alone, right? Familiarize yourself with the melody and just try to express each single note. And then we're gonna have to add the bass. Bass is just beautiful. So you can just do the melody and the bass. I don't really like the slide. So I will play the A here and just avoid the slide. And then how do we do it here? So and then the last run, which we're gonna check later. So you see, like, we are still trying to keep it simple. And even if you just do the melody and the bass, it's already quite challenging. You know, get some stretchy chords here. D. So we have this bass on the F, E, and A. Then we change chord, we play an E7, and then A. So a D minor chord. Probably probably like an E half diminished. That's the most challenging part. It's such a stretchy thing. You got E on the bass, and then the melody on fret 9 and 12. A diminished arpeggio. D minor, D7, G minor, and then we go back to this A with these beautiful runs. Now I think from here to playing chords, it's really not that much of a difference. Most of the time we just have the bass. We don't really add a lot of chords, just on the D minor, which, you know, makes like a crazy chord here. Now I want to check these runs here, because they are pretty interesting. How many do we have? So we have 4 of them. Is it 4? Yeah, it's 4. And it's always with finger 2 and 1, so now the bass is A. There's another one. And I think the last one kind of reconnects to the same phrase that we played in the intro. So we have, and do we play the bass again? Yeah. Disgusting. So it's back to a G. Oh my god. Why do I need to check the score. So it's actually 4 of them. That's it. That's an evil phrase. Different chords. Now this is the first section, which is in the key of D minor. And to be honest with you guys, for me it's already like a lot of work. So I'm not going to review the second section, which is in a major key. It's a beautiful thing to play and to, you know, listen to. So I'm gonna be, you know, practicing these runs, and I'm gonna be really enjoying the melody, you know, and the chord progression. So if you wanna, you know, give it a try, hopefully, you know, you find this video helpful and you can practice these different sections. I will say, if you really like the piece, I would really recommend that you just play the melody. You know, maybe forget about the intro for now, just focus on the melody. Play just the melody on one string. It's just the most beautiful thing to play. And then as you become better, you can add the bass note and maybe, you know, practice the intro slowly. Now, have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll talk to you soon.